Welcome to the Jaguar King podcast. I'm your host, Armin. And in this week's episode, we got another Battle of the Felines. Thank you all for joining me. For those of you who've been following me, have probably noticed that this Jaguars hoodie has been up on this wall, but it kept falling off. So I got a Gardner Minshew jersey up there hanging out by a thread. Kind of symbolic. This week, the Jags take on the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are coming into this 1-3, coming off a bye week. An actual bye week. They weren't on sick leave like our division foe, which turned out they were playing hooky from work. But I digress. That's neither here nor there. This is about the Lions. The leader of their jungle is Patricia, who is rumored to be on the hot seat. I've talked about our baloney-eating coach, but I never talked about Mr. Two First Names. Patricia hasn't really played football at a high level, but he does have a bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering. And he wants everyone to know he's an educated man by sticking a pencil in his ear. So that's got me thinking. I have a few years of high school football under my belt, and I got a master's degree in counseling. So if you're listening, Shotgun, I would like to apply to be the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. I can't promise you a good scheme, but I can promise you I won't run a halfback pass on 4th and 1 in the red zone down one score. I can also promise you if things go sour with me as a head coach, which they 100% will, I can use my counseling techniques to bring up the spirits of the team. Not only the team, but possibly the fans during this tough time. And we've had a lot of tough times over the years. So if you're listening, I hope I'm considered for a head coach position next year. Enough about my nonsense. Let's get into the 5 keys to victory. First key to victory, run James Robinson. I'm tired of sounding like a broken record, but geez, is it that hard? Just run James Robinson. We are again facing one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. So let me guess, Gruden opts to throw 50 times a game? We have to run this game because the quarterback on the other side of the field is foaming at the mouth to go play this defense. By using James Robinson, we can use the clock to our advantage. Help move the chains, take pressure off Gardner Minshew because the Lions' pass defense is ranked 11th in the NFL. So we need to stick with it even if it's not working. Because trust me, he's going to get stopped. They're going to key in to try and stop James Robinson to have Gardner Minshew beat us. We have to stick with it though. We have to keep the defense honest and balanced. Because if you're throwing 50 times a game, you throw in the play action, who's actually going to go after that play action? Also, if the line's not getting a push, there's plenty of ways to work off that run game. For instance, obviously we have Huncho Visca who can do the jet sweeps and do all that fancy stuff, but we can also do screen passes to him. We can also do those little checkdowns to James Robinson, picking up 4 yards, a pop in the passing game. It's just as good as a run. Either way, we have to pick up chunks down the field, use the clock as much as we can to keep Matt Stafford off the field and to put the ball in the end zone. We have to take pressure off Minshew. Use James Robinson. Second key to victory, let them take the lead. Hear me out on this. I may sound crazy, but for the first 2 weeks of the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars had to overcome a large deficit, and we were in both those games. Week 1, we beat the Indianapolis Colts. Week 2, we lost by 3 points on a field goal to the Tennessee Titans. In the other games, we tried to get off to this phantom fast start. We failed miserably, and we lost those games. The Lions have lost a double-digit lead in all but one game this season. If you play your cards right, you can use this to your advantage. Third key to victory, slow down Matt Stafford. The Jaguars are ranked 31st in the NFL, allowing a QB rating of 111.8 to opposing QBs. The scariest part about this stat is there's someone worse than us. Matthew Stafford has weapons on the outside, and if you guys remember last time he played this defense in 2016, he carved up the defense with underneath routes to running backs who just picked up chunks and made our guys look like complete fools. Believe it or not, Matthew Stafford has thrown a touchdown against every NFL team except the Jaguars. Something we can hang the old hat on, huh? Well, Matthew Stafford, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, look for your tight end over the middle. It's almost guaranteed. Fourth key to victory, stop Adrian Peterson. Adrian All-Day Peterson was put on this earth to run. That's it. That's all he cares about. He runs when he gets his groceries. He runs when he's tying his shoes. It's all he thinks about. It's all he's doing. He's going to play until he's 60 years old. He's still going to have abs. And 20 years later, when Patricia's kid is in the NFL, he's going to truck him. But really, how's he still doing this? I'm in my 20s and I wake up with back pain every day, and I don't do anything. Anyway, Peterson is still averaging 4.6 yards per carry. He's still a threat to run the ball, and for whatever reason, once teams figure out they can run the ball against us, they just run all over us. So we still need to stop him to keep a balance on that defense. Fifth key is to win the turnover battle. This is pretty obvious for any team. Every team wants to win the turnover battle, but for the Jags, it's especially important. We can't get much stops and force punts with our defense. The only way to stop them from scoring is to literally take the ball away. So we need to generate turnovers to win this game. Last week, the defense created 2 turnovers, which put the offense in prime position to score, but the offense shit their pants. As long as no pants shitting is taking place, we should be good. Those are the 5 keys to victory. Let's get into my predictions for the game. Both coaches are desperate to make their seat cooler. The Lions are coming off a bye week with plenty of time to prepare for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But even with all that time to prepare, I think they overlooked this Jags team and lose to the Jags 24-20. Don't ask me why. Fuck it. That's what's going to happen. Jags win 24-20 because why not? Thank you all for watching. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Your support means a lot to me. I talk everything Jaguars football, usually in tears. So if you like these videos, please hit the subscribe, please hit the like button, and comment down below what you think the game score will be, who will win this game. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all for the recap.